Can we do it, Jonathan? Can we burst this bubble? It lasted the entire last episode and a lot of the episode before that. There have been 4 players, 3 get paid. We just can't do it.
The blinds do keep going up, and they go up at a fairly rapid pace if you've been paying any level of attention at all. So I have to believe this $1,000 sit and go will finally be in the money very, very soon. It has to happen.
I don't know. I would have said that last time, Jonathan.
Yes, me too. I did say it last time.
Will the bubble finally burst?
It is like the Star Wars saga. There's another 3 coming. You know that, right? After 9. It feels like that at this point. How many more episodes are we going to do with this frickin' show? I don't even know anymore.
This might be going on in July.
I will say I'm enjoying this very much. Watching the different players play their different styles here. And bubble play is always fascinating.
Here we have Cantu with a nice ace on the button. Not a nice ace. He
throws
just
it
folds
away.
the ace because he's afraid of getting shoved on, obviously. Not willing to call.
Shaggy with the 20 blind stack, Thorpe with the 15 blind stack.
I guess it's because of Thorpe's stack.
I get it has to be, but it seems like I think moving in is a better play than folding. There.
Yeah, an ace on the button. It's good.
These guys have also been playing pretty passively. So, it's not like they're going to make a lot of moves on you. Like, no one's making moves except for Brandon that we've really seen, right?
Yeah.
So, actually, you could even not move in. You could raise normally. If someone shoves on you, you can fold ace-5 pretty comfortably.
I think that's the play.
That's probably the play,
Just make it 2K or 1,800 or something,
Yeah.
and if either player shoves, just fold because their range is really not good for you.
If Cantu was in the big blind and I was in his spot, I might move in because I think he's going to move in on me so often with hands that I would be incorrect to fold against. And
Yeah.
So I sort of hate my spot and probably fold, though, anyway. And so this way you just don't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that feels like a mistake.
Well, that was a rather tight thing that happened.
Yeah. It's interesting too. He's been pushing people around so much on this bubble for him to decide not to play the ace there.
Thorpe's going to limp with the 15 blinds, and it's going to save him if he decides to fold.
How much is Snuggie going to make it? That's the question.
He could just move him in.
Could. He's trying to get some value though for his hand. It looks like. Is it 16? 2.6. That's much bigger. And Thorpe just calls right away.
Well, if a king comes, it's probably the end of old Thorpe.
Yeah. Thorpe does have a pretty darn good hand. It's not crazy to call there. It might be better just to shove it, but nothing there for Thorpe.
He's got the backdoor flush draw, but that's not enough.
Nope. Snuggie is going to continue, and that's going to end this hand. It's one of those spots where, Snuggie almost never has a 9, but it just doesn't matter. You just can't really do anything as Thorpe.
Nope.
I guess you could move in.
You could, but
hope it works out.
Snuggie might call with ace king. I don't know.
With 2 diamonds on the board, he's got a lot of chips. He might decide to call.
Thorpe is now squarely in the danger zone.
Yeah, he's got 13 blinds or something.
Got a shove stack, essentially.
Yep. He can also reshove, though, successfully still.
Yeah, over smallish raises at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 3x. He can reshove and get folds, for sure. Once they get to about 4.5x, though, fold equity's getting a little thinner.
There's that $100 that
That's right.
Snuggie has put as a bounty on Shaggy. Well, Thorpe is lucky he didn't pick up a hand on the button this time.
This is one of those times when, boy, if Brandon Cantu 3-bets, if he 3-bet shoves, it's going to be over a lot of the time. Oh,
he's got an
ace.
ace.
This could be the one. Well, after all this, if Cantu goes out here, it's going to be painful for him.
He's reaching deep.
Yeah. He's really thinking about the shove here. It's totally reasonable.
Oh, well, how did he do that?
I don't know. I don't know how
We've
he did
seen
that.
him shove so many times in that spot.
He wasn't even looking at Snuggie. It isn't like he picked up a read. He just decided this is a time when I'm not going to do it.
He is friends with Phil Hellmuth. Does he have white magic?
That was insane, considering we've seen him do so much 3-betting in this spot.
I think white magic is the only explanation.
And he folds instantly. And now Snuggie's going to show him the kings.
Show one, show all, guys.
Yeah, you really got to show the other 2 guys also. I hope our dealer turns that hand over. No. That was not fair.
That was totally not fair.
Oh, they can sort of look at Brandon's reaction and know that Snuggie had a pretty big hand there.
We're gonna have to have a talking to with the whole Poker Time crew about that one.
Yeah, guys, you can't just let that go. Yeah, I do. Do you have anything good? Also, by the way, the players should be protecting themselves. Thorpe and Shaggy should say, "I want to see that hand."
Yeah,
that's. I mean, it is on the dealer to do something about it, but it's even more so it's on the players.
Oh, absolutely, it's more on the players. Thorpe just can't do anything with this hand in his stack.
And
Well,
he can do that.
I guess I don't love it.
Did not have to do that at all. He
Well,
shoves
he's gonna
12
get
blinds.
called, at least called. Snuggy's been
Well,
getting
I
some
mean-
big hands. He's had ace king twice and kings once already in this episode.
I mean-
We're 4 minutes in.
Yeah, he had king's last hand. Did he have ace king the hand before? I believe he did.
Yeah.
He moves in, and I don't think Thorpe is well.
Well,
he's
he's
not
in
gonna like it.
he's in decent shape for having
Yeah.
been called with 10-9.
Yep. 38% is pretty good.
Live suits also.
Yep. 7 is a pretty good card, but
But
the
the
rest
other
of
ones
it,
are not amazing.
not good at
especially
all.
the club.
Yep.
The club.
Hello.
Ooh, it is a club though.
Got to dodge an ace king or a club. He does.
Ooh, torpedo.
No one will bust this bubble. This is the
This bubble
eternal
is
bubble.
All bubbles do seem really long unless they happen really fast. But this one is truly long. This is a truly long bubble.
This is over an hour of bubble play for sure.
It might be 2 hours at this point. It was all of last episode and most
some,
of the previous.
was it most of it?
I think it
Certainly
was
some
most of
it.
the previous
At
episode.
least half of the previous episode. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Wow. And the 9 of clubs, such a little
Yeah, I know it's a teaser.
fun little card.
I mean, if you'll remember last episode, Cantu got in against Shaggy with ace king against aces. He had 5% and they chopped, which is the most non-busty implication ever because nobody
That's
gets
right.
hurt at all.
Shaggy would have busted, although he had the aces. Cantu would have been down to 4 blinds,
Yeah.
but instead they chopped and they both went back to normal size stacks.
It just feels like the poker gods are laughing at you sometimes, you know?
There are some days where it's just like this, and we are watching one of them.
Snuggy has lost a little bit on the bubble. I think he started the bubble with something around 50K. And look at this Cantu with a huge hand. He's really hoping it's shoved on this time.
Oh yeah. Quick fold there for.
Thorpe's at least calling. He
Thorpe's
is
gonna
deep
def-
enough.
it's fine.
He's deep enough. It's a min raise.
It's a completely reasonable
Yeah.
defend. In fact, he really is. It's a mandatory defend.
yes, it is.
It's going to be.
Well,
No
that's
one's
a
gonna-
horrible flop for queens. But
and worse for Thorpe though.
in a way, I mean, he was speculative in the first place.
Yeah, I guess in this way he can't really lose any money, right? He's just not going to. We know we watched him play this single. He's just not going to put any money in. Cantu cannot lose unless Thorpe bluffs him, and he doesn't even try. Goes checks
Cantu
all the
probably
way down.
knows he's going to win, but also knows it's going to be hard to get
Yeah.
paid by anything.
There's a chance Thorpe could have a bad king and decide to check the river when the spade comes.
Yeah.
It's unlikely, but there's no reason to bet. I mean, Thorpe hasn't been heroing. Thorpe's been playing super careful, right?
Except for when he shoved 10-9.
And some of the other times.
Yeah.
But, you know.
But Thorpe had been short for a while, and finally he has a little breathing room.
Yeah, that's right. He's got almost the same amount of chips as Cantu. I think Shaggy is our current short stack, but everyone's got some chips now. No one is like imminently going to die.
How is Shaggy still here?
I don't know.
It's like 3 episodes ago. I was like, Shaggy can't last much longer on this stack.
Yeah. Well, the blinds keep going up, and so it makes it, makes it harder and harder. Shaggy with 21 blinds, though. No problem. Here's Thorpe with more than 21 blinds, and
He's
Snuggy with 50.
He's 100% limp, small to big against Snuggy so far.
Snuggy decides to check.
He does have 4 high. He could choose a raise there.
He could really be raising 100% in this spot pretty comfortably.
Well, it's all about who wants to rep it, I guess, at this point.
Any bet ought to do.
Guess they went check.
Someone's going to have to bet at some point, right? Well, Thorpe now has a hand.
Has a 5.
Just needs to dodge a 3.
Snuggy's going to bet his gut shot.
Oh.
I think that's a good play, probably.
Let's see if Thorpe even calls. I think he's going to fold. Oh, I'm wrong again.
Well, if Snuggy fires again, I think that'll be the end
Yep.
of it, unless Thorpe improves.
I think Snuggy should be firing on pretty much all rivers here. I think this is an absolute time to bet for
Yep.
Snuggy. Let's see if he does it.
He looks like he wants to.
Yep,
There
he
he
does.
goes.
Good job. Good
This
job.
is going
You
to
gotta
work,
bet
right?
this.
This is going to work.
Yeah. How can Thorpe call a second time?
Yeah, nice play.
Can clearly only beat a bluff. Snuggy can really have a jack. He can even have an ace, but he can have a jack and be betting twice there after Thorpe just checks all the way.
Yeah.
Of course, Snuggy could also have a lot of missed draws. Not that one you wouldn't think, but there were 2 flush draws that missed. You could decide to call.
You have a really low hand in your distribution there with a 5.
No question. Well, when we check all 3 streets and don't raise pre, it's low, but it's not as low as, it's not that low. It's not great.
I think it's probably a minus EV to call.
I don't know. How much. We don't know how much Snuggy bet, do we?
It's something like 2,800. I don't know.
Yeah.
Thorpe not opening the jack 8. A little too precarious for 20 blinds.
Yeah.
Snuggie with a very bad hand. Could fold, could raise.
Does neither.
Calling's probably not my favorite option.
In fairness, you don't like things.
I don't like most things.
Cantu's going to say nope, and that'll be it.
He's got
for
the king
Snuggie.
blocker.
Cantu pushes himself up to 21K now,
It's kind of amazing how static these stacks have been.
considering everything. I mean,
Yeah.
Shaggy's has been bouncing around, but everyone else is.
I mean, it's
pretty
been
much-
bouncing around between 40 and 48K. It's like not a lot.
Oh, I'm sorry, I
Oh,
meant
oh,
Snuggie. No, Shaggy.
Shaggy,
yeah.
you're right. I keep getting them
Yeah,
confused.
Shaggy's gone from between 5 and 20.
Yes, he has.
He's got about 16 right now.
Yeah. Thorpe had a little up and down, I suppose.
Yeah, Thorpe was between like 20 and 10 for the most part, but he's back up to about 18 to 20 as well. Cantu's at 20. Another great opportunity for Snuggie to really push everyone around. If everyone has about 20,000 in their
It's been
stacks,
a great opportunity for most of the time.
that's true. Like Thorpe's got 20 blinds, and so does everyone else. Is between 20 and 25, I would say, except for Snuggie. Thorpe's going to raise the Queen 9 suited.
Can't help himself. It's too pretty.
It is pretty nice. It's reasonable, for sure.
Cantu's probably going to move in here, right?
It's a completely reasonable move in. Nope.
Let's it go.
That's not crazy.
Shaggy's got a decent hand as well. Thorpe's got to hope a 9 doesn't flop if Shaggy calls.
Thorpe's been playing pretty tight. It's not entirely insane to fold 2 5s there.
It's not insane. No.
I think the Ace-5 fold was too tight, but this
Yes.
feels like I get that. Also, he asked Thorpe to show his stack, maybe try to pick up something on him. He would have been wrong as Thorpe
Yes.
was Queen High, but maybe he was trying to get some information there too and thought he got.
Oh, it is a
something.
9 high flop. This might be the end of our Thorpe.
They have almost the exact same amount of chips too.
Well, somebody's going to get real hurt. And
Thorpe moves right in.
obviously Shaggy's calling, right?
I don't see how he could ever fold this hand. I
Thorpe,
mean,
Thorpe could have a flush draw. He could have a 6 sometimes. He could have 7, 8.
Shaggy must be worried that Thorpe has an overpair because otherwise you'd call right away. I don't see how you can fold. You have Ace 9.
You can't bet fold this hand.
Nope. This is way too good. Way too good.
Having the 9 of hearts is not great necessarily, but
Whatever.
it doesn't matter.
It's interesting because we saw earlier. I know this is the bubble now, so it's different. But early on, we saw Shaggy really willing to make big calls and things like that to get chips in. He's really not doing it now. He's trying to get a read. It looks like. Problem is, he may read strength.
Thorpe
from
probably thinks he
Thorpe.
has the best hand.
Yeah, I would think that if I was Thorpe. He's just trying. Thorpe is just trying to win the pot right now, and / don't let any of the draws get there.
Thorpe probably wants a fold
He w-
because he thinks Shaggy has like Jack 8 of hearts or no,
No.
not Jack 8 of hearts. Maybe like Jack 4 of hearts.
I mean, I think
All right, there
there's
we-
finally the call, and
The
Thorpe's
bad
gonna be
news.
pretty disappointed.
Yeah,
You
gonna
gotta
have to-
you
gonna have
gotta
to have a
think you're
queen.
ahead there.
needs a queen and needs not running hearts also.
It's a pretty good spot. There's
Oh!
the queen.
My goodness.
No one will ever die. Shaggy now going to be so short.
He has 200 left, I think.
Shaggy might die soon. He's 2 antes left. Yep.
Assuming the stacks are correct
Well,
in,
we're going to
in
get to see
the
it in
computer.
a second. It gets
Oh,
a
it's
little
a
bit more than 200.
little bit
actually,
more
looks
than
like.
200.
Looks like about 1,000 though. So still basically a blind and an ante is what he's going to be down to. Wow.
Well, now it's a guarantee that Shaggy will at least triple up.
Triple up isn't going to do it. He's going to need a triple up and then a double up.
Wow, what a deal for Thorpe. He was in dire straits there.
Just that queen just came. Incredible.
Well, now everybody should get in the pot because look at that $100 bill sitting right there.
That's a really good point. Everyone
That's-
should just be limping, basically,
Yeah,
right?
because the
Check it
$100
down.
the $100 bounty is definitely worth going after when Shaggy has less than a blind.
Yeah. They really if you're Brandon Cantu, you really can't fold your button, right?
Right.
You can min raise. Min raise is probably the play actually, or raise a little bit, try and get Thorpe out.
Yeah.
So just get that $100 to yourself.
Interesting. The $100 actually should change strategy for
That
this
is
moment.
fascinating. There's going to be more collusive play potentially against you, or someone may decide to say, no,
Yeah,
I want it for
I want
me,"
the shot.
which
yeah.
maybe you prefer. Oh, but Shaggy is
Shaggy has aces. That's incredible.
How is it possible? We get 2 folds. Thorpe's going to have king 5, and Shaggy's going to be 90% to get to 1.8K at least, but he's going to need not just this hand. Thorpe's got to be looking at it. He's like, if I can just get a miracle, that $100 is going to slide my way. And that means he'll be guaranteed profit no matter what, right? Because if indeed he gets 2 kings, a king and a 5, a straight, some flushes, There's ways to do this.
Shaggy has more than 200, by the way. It just says he
Yeah,
has
that's right.
200. Well, there's a 5.
Yep. Clubs, though, for Shaggy. Yep.
Yep.
Now, the king of clubs is not going to do it. It's going to be a 5 or a king.
Oh!
It has been just a nonstop
Wow.
craziness. 2 straight suckouts for Thorpe against Shaggy. That one, obviously, not for all the chips, but for all of Shaggy's chips.
Thorpe looks like he feels a little bad, and I don't blame him. But he gets the $100.
There's that $100.
That's pretty nice.
Unbelievable.
Well, the bubble finally burst, and in order to burst the bubble, we had to have 2 bad beats in a row.
Both on Shaggy, too. Shaggy could have all the chips and Thorpe stack. Oh, man. It's tough. It's tough to play that long on the bubble. Go through all the ups and downs. By the way, he got in with aces twice, all in pre-flop. Lost one and chopped the other
Yeah,
one.
that's pretty brutal.
Both
Although
of the-
he
the
was
second one-
somewhat lucky to double up 3 times to stay alive, though.
He was, but he was never a massive dog either.
Right.
And in fact, he also got very unlucky by the way they hand before against Thorpe with the ace 9 against the queen 9.
Of course he did.
So, wow.
Well, we're all in the money now. Everybody's got their money back at least.
It happened.
Second place, 2,000. First place, 5,000, and a $100 Nitrogen Sports bet.
Yep.
I know. I was just hanging out. I was just admiring like that.
Everybody's in a little better spirits now that the bubble has burst.
Yep.
And we have the blinds have bumped up as well. It's up to 1,000 blind. And Snuggy again with Ace King. He's had Ace King 3 times and Kings once in this episode. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's been 16 minutes. That is pretty nuts.
That doesn't happen very often.
He did lose, though. Overall, he's down on those chips with those
That's true.
hands because of the all-in against Thorpe's 10-9. By the way, there's
Yep.
another suck-out that happened
Yeah.
on the bubble. All in.
Oh, man, and Shaggy would have been in the money if Thorpe lost that hand.
I mean, if you're Shaggy, you're like, how many times was I like a significant favorite to at least make my money back? Like,
yeah,
a lot.
Yeah, that
like
was
a lot.
pretty bad.
Like that is, yeah, that's tough.
It's not a fun drive home after that if you're Shaggy.
Yeah. It's so nice to be in this spot too, where now you're free rolling the tournament, unless you're Thorpe. Of course, you've already locked up the $100 profit. Of course, you want more, but it's really nice to think, well, can't lose $1,000. Always a good day when you can't lose $1,000.
Yeah, I love that. I love the not losing $1,000 aspect of it.
Sling's going to call with ace-8 off from the small blind, and we see.
I think you could 3-bet there pretty profitably.
I think you can 3-bet pretty profitably. I agree with you.
That's a good flop for Thorpe. Really good flop
Yeah,
for Thorpe.
monster flop. Wow, flop for
Flop?
Thorpe. I was going to say throp for Florp.
Well, I think anytime Thorpe's in a hand, maybe we should call it a flop.
You know what? I think so, and I want to start calling him Florp. I think that's a better name for him. Sounds like like a currency from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Well, Snuggy has 2 back doors. We know he loves having 2 back doors.
He's out of position. Thorpe doesn't have that many chips. He just bet 4.5K. I don't know how you're supposed to call. You have to call believing your ace high is good a fair amount of the time.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
it could be.
It was, but his equity was not amazing.
No. There aren't that many things you're really beating on that board, right? You need to be beating king high, basically.
Yeah.
I guess Thorpe could have jack high, too. He could have, like, jack 10, jack 9.
Yeah, but usually we don't see Thorpe C-bet really big without having something.
That's
now,
a great
that
point.
may have changed because of the bubble burst. We don't know
Yeah.
yet. We need a little bit more evidence before we can make an assumption.
That's a really good point, though, that Thorpe has been playing pretty carefully up till now, except that one time he shoved 10-9 and got to double through Snuggy's ace
Yeah.
king. Oh, man.
Yeah, that time.
So we've played all this time, and these guys have locked up $1,000 each, but all the money is to come. So $4,000 more you could potentially win for one of these guys. One of these guys will win $4K more.
And a $100 Nitrogen Sports bet.
Yep. So that's a big deal. You can 5x your current winnings. You just got to get through 2 more players.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like you should play high variance here because the jump from third to second is only 1K,
Right.
where the jump from third to first is 4K. It's such a more significant jump.
Yeah.
It's worth trying to accumulate a lot of chips right now.
Yep. We'll see if anyone takes on that strategy. Cantu is the short stack here. He does have a nice shove stack, meaning a 3-bet shove stack.
Yeah.
And Florp, of course, now in second place and pretty close
And the antes
to
are
Snuggy.
the antes are 200 with the 1K big blind, so there is quite a bit more to win pre-flop.
I mean, it's it's like 12% of Cantu's stack if he just takes the blinds and antes.
Yeah.
now. I mean, that's a big, big deal. Thorpe can't take getting raised anymore when he completes.
Well, he does have the nut low, so
Yes.
it's okay to fold.
He just can't take it.
Just can't
It's a
take
psychological
it.
thing.
Yeah, it's like that movie Enough with
Jennifer-
Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, and Jim Caviezel.
Oh, is that Jim Caviezel?
Absolutely, it's Jim Caviezel. Are you kidding? When she finally looks at him and she says, "Tell me who you are," or maybe that's Angel Eyes. That's another Jennifer Lopez movie. Might be Angel Eyes.
I didn't see either of them.
What?
I just don't.
Oh no, that's Angel Eyes. I'm giving you Angel Eyes. I don't know who the man in Enough is. Benjamin Bratt, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe.
I think it is. She made so many good movies, but they all run together.
Entrapment.
No, she was not in Entrapment. That's Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Oh, right. I get those two
Do
confused.
you not remember the scene of going through the...
Yeah. I just thought it was Jennifer Lopez.
Come on. That's clearly Catherine Zeta-Jones' butt.
Okay, I'm sorry. All
That,
right, we
that
got-
made her a star. That scene made her a star. I'm serious.
All right. Well, anyway, Snuggie has limped Queen Jack,
Yeah.
and Cantu has King Queen, and angrily
Checks.
checks. That's interesting.
He could have raised for sure. Well, Queen High board would be interesting.
Whoa, this might be the end of Brandon Cantu right here.
Snuggie checks if he could bet. Oh, if he could bet.
Well, he could check raise.
He could check raise. That'll be fine too. You're right.
He just calls. Wow.
Oh, it's going to be hard for Snuggie to get it all now. I guess he could bet himself on the turn. He needs to go bet.
He gets lucky. It's a really non-scary card on the turn.
He could also go check call and then check again and then call Brandon's hopeful
He could check
shove.
raise now, but I don't know. I think now you have
looks
to check
strong
call.
now.
Now you have to check
It
call.
looks too strong to check raise now.
I think he should have check raised the flop or
Yeah.
bet the flop.
Check raising the flop, I think Cannon 2 can't fold.
Brandon is sure he has the best hand right now, by the
Yeah.
way.
He's like, yep, do it. And he's like, wait a second, what are you doing? Look at his dice. He's like,
Snuggie's
wait.
raising.
Snuggie is going to raise.
This looks crazy strong.
Yeah. If he had just bet the flop, I think he would have gotten it all. And now I don't know if he is. Cantu, I
he
think
could
would have.
still get it all.
Oh, no, Cantu may decide not to fold. But also, look, he basically clicks it back.
I mean, it looks so crazy
Super
strong.
strong. Like if he shoves, Cantu's, I think, would be much more apt to consider calling. Because now it looks like a draw, some of the time at least.
It's just weird to play any hand that's not crazy strong like this. This
Right.
is a bit too strong of a line.
Check, call, check, click back, raise when you only have 12.5K back yourself. Like, ah.
Well,
Like-
Cantu's the one with 12.5K.
That's when yeah, you're right. But still, you see what I'm saying.
Wow, Cantu does not look pleased.
No.
He's figuring this out. It does look crazy strong.
It's, yeah, I think Snuggie needed to, I think donking the turn would have worked.
Yeah.
He donks the turn, he bets the river. Cantu's not going to be able to fold most of the time, depending on what the river is, of course.
This is a very tough spot for Cantu because he knows Snuggie is repping a lot of strength here, but he has a pretty good
He
hand.
has a really good hand. Is the question Cantu has to ask himself is, would Snuggie ever do this with Queen 10? Ever? Would he take this line with Queen 10? I don't know that he would.
I think more what he would be happy about would be draws.
Yeah.
Like if he has 4-6 of spades or something like
right.
that.
But I'm saying there's no like value that's
Right.
doing this. So now we're down to just the semi bluffs.
Maybe Jack X of spades if Snuggie's a real weirdo.
Wouldn't he have done that on the flop mostly?
That's why I say if he's oh he
and
folds.
Brandon does fold.
That's a great fold.
Look at that. And Brandon, Snuggie even decides to show and make Brandon feel better.
That's very nice of him.
Yeah. If I was Snuggie, I just would have shown the queen.
Well, Brandon gets to live to see another hand.
Yeah.
Snuggie,
That really could have been the end.
Snuggie let him off the hook a little bit there.
I agree. Snuggie with another hand. Another good hand, I should say. Now, to be clear, that last hand where Snuggie check raised, like, there are hands that line is going to work pretty well against, right?
Yeah.
Although, when you have top two, maybe that's not true. Like, you actually are sort of pricing in, like, the spade draws to call.
Yeah, you don't really want that.
So maybe that's not true.
If I wait long enough.
Snuggie just 4.5x the button with 2 sevens, by the way.
Yeah, he didn't want to call. That's my guess.
Yeah, I guess that's what that means.
Sometimes when the guys do it big, it's because they've got a huge hand.
Sometimes.
But I guess not the snugster. It's not right there.
Why are you talking so softly?
What do you mean?
It's weird how softly.
What are you talking about? How am I talking
This
softly?
is my impression of Jonathan. And sometimes in poker, people have hands, and the hands sometimes. They
You,
get
you
to-
guys can't see what he's doing as he's
most
saying
of-
that.
most of
The
the time.
he's actually killing it though in terms of the look.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's like wow, that really. I mean, I feel like I'm looking into a mirror.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Impressionism is,
Impressionism.
yeah, I'm like Monet.
Yeah.
I paint boats. Cantu with queens. Again, he's had a lot of queens.
And looks like it's just going to be super quick folds. Snuggy's thinking about the 10-4, I guess, because it's a min raise.
It is a min raise, and there's a lot out there with the antes being 200.
And he is going to call. It's not crazy. This could be one of the hands you decide to fold, but it's not crazy. Cantu is super short.
Yeah, I guess Cantu probably would have shoved a lot of hands there,
Yeah.
but he decided queens, he wants to try to get some action.
That is the thing, isn't it?
Well, it's going to be hard to get action, but he has a really good hand.
He would love some action. Let's see if he checks again or decides to bet here because he's trying to give himself a chance to get it all in here. And get
He has the
full
board
double.
so crushed, though, and Snuggy never really has a 9, having checked twice.
Rarely does he have a 9. He might be able to have a 5 sometimes. I don't know if he'd call anyway. Maybe he has the case queen sometimes, but he might bet that. It's tough. You hope he has Jack 10 or something.
Yeah.
There's very little to get called by. But I understand Brandon's trying to bet now so he can bet later. You
Yep.
know, build that pot a little.
I get it. It makes sense. It's just sometimes you just got to be disappointed by your big hands, you
Yeah,
know?
that's the thing.
It's just part of poker. The no
What is it?
part of poker. It's part of poker.
No, Nitrogen Sports Poker is our sponsor.
Oh, Nitrogen Sports
Yeah.
Poker. It's Nitrogen Sports Poker when
Yeah.
you have queens full and don't get any action.
It's not weird to say that. I'm just going to feel strongly about it.
Okay, feel
Yeah.
strongly.
Florp on the button here with Jack 4 off. Probably not going to continue.
Yeah.
You know, you never know when you see a throp,
Flop.
a fop. You know?
Snuggy's got an ace again. He's getting a lot of big hands.
He finally raises here, small to big. It's been a while.
Probably can't fold.
Brandon moves in.
Probably can't fold. He made it 4K.
Yeah, he's going to have to call.
He's going to have to call. It's not a great situation, but
You gotta call.
He raised too big to fold.
100% you have to call this. Brandon can be doing this with the worst hands, too.
Unfortunately for Snuggy, Cantu does have a good hand.
Yeah.
Snuggy's having to think about it.
Snuggy could have just moved in and probably would have been better than to make it 4K, but it would seem crazy to fold here. Look at the price he's getting. He's getting 2 to 1. Almost 2 to 1, I should say. That's fine. Cantu would do this with King Queen, King Jack,
Easily.
Queen Jack, Jack 10 suited.
Deuces, threes, fours.
Yep, for sure. He might do it with other aces that aren't a problem for us, like ace deuce, ace deuce, ace 3, ace 4. Maybe not when he makes a 4K, actually. He might
Maybe
do it.
not.
He probably doesn't, actually. No, he's probably got a relatively good showdownable hand, but still, we're doing fine against the range. Fine enough.
Snuggy is surprising to
Oh,
me.
he lets it go.
He
Wow.
lets it go. It's a little surprising to me that Snuggy didn't have a plan for that when he made it 4K. You got to expect that to happen some of the time.
I would have called instantly, but he was right and I would have been wrong.
Yeah.
So,
He against that hand, he was not getting the right price.
not even close. Well, close.
Close, but
Not there.
like clearly not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He needs there to be like 23K in there. Like 10 to win 23.
Yep.
With that hand. So, yeah. Nice job, Snuggy.
Be a more comfortable fold if you'd made it 3K or 2.5K. Then you could consider it, but still probably call.
Yeah. I think I would actually call faster if I were in that case.
Because it looks like you could fold more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like 4K, it's like Brandon's less likely to shove some things, like a suited king or something.
Right. Speaking of a suited king, whoa, are you the prophet?
No, that's one of our players from the cash game.
Oh, right.
Oh, he's not. He's just profit, not the profit.
Yeah.
It's like what they did with Facebook. You know what I mean? It's a good move. Change the name.
Yes.
The Facebook? I mean, come on. Is it the Nitrogen Sports Poker?
I don't know. Do you want it to be?
I sometimes do.
Thorpe flops pretty well.
Checks it.
Cantu with bottom pair.
And Cantu makes 2 pair, and Thorpe has top pair. We should see some fireworks.
Thorpe doesn't have to double up Cantu
No.
here. He just has 1 pair.
I would expect him to call twice and really
Yeah.
not do anything else.
Scary cards you can even get away from on
There's
the
going to
river.
be a bunch of scary cards. Look, diamonds, spades, straights.
And a lot of scary cards that
Overcards.
actually improve his hand and make him win.
See, that's,
That's
the
one
kind
of the
card.
cards you can fold on.
I think Cantu's probably not even going to bet it.
Yeah, it's too scary for his hand. So
If he-
it might go check.
I got to believe Thorpe is going to fold if Cantu bets. Let's see. I mean, Cantu's going for this. This is exactly the kind of hand he's targeting, right?
He's betting small-ish, and he
It looks
gets
like he got the
immediately
call. All right,
Called, yeah.
Cantu is more on top of this than we are. Then he's gotten value out of Thorpe that we didn't know he could get.
Yep.
Like I would have thought Thorpe would strongly consider folding on that river.
Yeah,
specifically.
Cantu's not betting a 10, and jacks are all better than Thorpe's jack.
Yep.
So it's just a bluff that Thorpe can beat there.
I mean, spades miss.
Yeah,
You can definitely beat that. That's about it.
that evens the playing field a little bit there. Cantu now slightly more chips than Thorpe even.
Yeah.
But still 25 blinds for both players. Playable stacks.
Mm-hmm. And you know the story of the Maccabees.
No.
Could be getting this a little bit wrong.
Sounds already like you're wrong.
But they were holed up in a castle or something, and they were in trouble, and they had no supplies, and they didn't have enough oil, and the story goes that they only had oil for one night.
Is this the Hanukkah story?
Yeah, they only had
Okay.
enough oil for one night, but they needed 8 nights worth of oil, and somehow the oil managed to give them 8 nights worth of flame, and that's sort of what we got here on this in the Satan Go. Like this, the oil just never runs
That's
out,
a
man.
perfect metaphor. Really.
Not really sure if it was the Maccabees.
I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
the story of Hanukkah.
Yep.
You're welcome.
That was a lovely story. All right, we got 2 players with an 8 here. Snuggie could lose some chips.
It was one of those spots where if that 10 doesn't roll, if that 10 is an undercard to the 5, Snuggie could lose a lot of chips. But
yeah,
as it is,
he's going to have to call at least once, though.
Yeah. Cantu's probably only going to bet twice
Yeah.
max anyway. There's no way Snuggie's going to fold on the flop.
That would be
seem
a huge mistake.
That seems impossible.
Is he thinking about raising?
I don't know why he would be.
Just taking his time. Is he thinking about folding?
For a second, I thought he was. No, there we go. He's reaching. I thought he was thinking about folding too there for a second. when he
Cantu
looked at his
doesn't
cards.
want to see a raise, that's for sure.
No. Cantu would be unhappy.
All right,
with
he
that.
just does call eventually. Maybe he's trying to encourage Cantu to continue bluffing if he is bluffing by taking a little time
Oh,
there.
that's fair. That's totally reasonable. Like, I have a very weak hand. Kind of a thing.
That might be a slight action killer. It completes some stuff.
Doesn't complete that much, though.
Jack 9, 6 9, 7 8,
Sure.
5 7, 10 7.
But overcards to the 10 are going to be more, and spades are going to be more action killers usually.
Yeah, but that's not the driest of cards. Interesting that Cantu's reaching again.
Yeah.
This is a... He's going for thin.
He's counting his stack.
Oh, I see.
It's not unreasonable to bet one more time here. You'd be bet folding, of course, as Cantu if you get raised. Yeah, he's going to go for some value here.
I don't know if it's going to work, though. Like, if Snuggie folds this hand, that's an indictment on this bet.
That's fair, although he also is trying to fold out other kinds of equity and charge the draws, right?
And Snuggie does have a draw with his hand now. He does have a 9 for a gut shot.
By the way, 6-7 is just going to feel obligated to call now, right? Like it's open-ended with a pair. It's just going to call.
I don't know, because the 9 coming is not very good for 6 7, really.
That's true. Snuggie's sitting there. He's got a gut shot now, too. So
Yeah, I already said that, Levy.
He may
Way to
feel-
be in your own head and not listen to me.
Why would I
Hurts
listen to
my
you?
feelings.
it's good. And then the oil just did not. There was
It just kept
8
going?
nights. 8 nights of heat. And Snuggie does finally call, and
Well,
this pot has gotten
If
big in a
If
hurry.
Snuggie doesn't improve, Cantu has gotten massive value from this hand. And that
Snuggie
has
improves.
has to destroy Cantu's soul right there.
Snuggie makes it, and Snuggie's, I gotta believe, is gonna bet this. Now, I don't think he should move in or anything crazy like that, but a little value is not
It
a
wouldn't
bad
be
idea.
crazy to move in because that's, I mean, look at the stack to power ratio for Cantu.
It wouldn't be crazy, but Cantu's just gonna fold so many things in this spot, right? Like, I don't think we can get value out of Cantu almost no matter what we do here with Ace-8, but I think it's a good idea to try.
He did bet
But-
11K, it looks like.
That's pretty big. Cantu not folding right away. Now he's got to hope that Snuggie has spades because that's all he can beat.
Sometimes Snuggie has spades that are also a straight, by the way.
Can Snuggie have a pair that he's turned into a bluff here that's worse than our 8? Can he have 6-7 and turn it into... Oh, no, 6-7's a straight. Can he have
7-4. I mean, he wouldn't
7-4,
call the
no.
flop with that.
5-4-5. No, he wouldn't call the turn with that, probably, right?
Yeah, we got to fold here. It's frustrating, but we do.
He's spending 11K. It's such a big bet.
For our stack, at least.
I like that Snuggie decided to bet though instead of just giving Brandon an easy check back.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're going to see almost always. Right?
I agree.
Unless he was bluffing the whole way with spades himself, which is why a small bet might work a little bit better. Brandon might even decide to go for it. He would never have any fold equity here. You'd have to believe he didn't, at least.
Brandon is in that horrible spot we've all been in where we're just staring at the board on the river like, how can I make this work for myself? Is it possible?
I don't really know what he's thinking about. He even has a spade in his hand. Of course, it's also a pair anyway, but he does block spades slightly. But I guess he's thinking we're three-handed. It's, how can he just, how does he end up having a jack here? He can have jack 10, he can have maybe jack 8, he can have jack 9. Jack 9 guy already was there on the turn,
Yeah.
though, so it's harder to give him that. Snuggie's often going to raise
You can
that
have
on the
any
turn.
jack X of spades.
Yes. Any jack F of spades makes sense for sure. Could Snuggie ever have 9-10 and play it like this?
Seems unlikely, but obviously that's not good.
Yeah, it seems doubtful he'd bet 11K on the river with 9-10.
Cantu does seem quite tortured by this.
Yeah, I'm surprised this is... I mean, he's played a lot with Snuggie, so he must know that Snuggie's capable of just not having it here, but he does let it go.
Yeah, the majority of the time he's played with Snuggie, though, has been in cash games, which Snuggie may be more apt to bluff in those scenarios than this one.
He shows the 8 of hearts. That's the right card to show.
Yeah. I think our last sit and go ended at like the 300, 600 level, maybe the 400, 800 level. But
Yeah.
we're still three-handed with the 500, 1K level here. This one's been a slog.
It has. I mean, we spent, like an hour and a half on the bubble, and now we're three-handed. Cantu now short. That was, as we were saying, a massive pot
Yeah.
for him. He knows that really hurts his chances of winning this tournament, not being able to win that one.
Yeah.
After he bets twice. I mean, it's too bad for Cantu also. He bet correctly both on flop and turn.
Very thin bet on the turn. That
Got
was,
called.
Yeah.
Had the guy in huge trouble, but he hit a 7-outer.
Sometimes it happens, you know.
It's just the way of the world sometimes.
Snuggie's probably just going to dump this one. Hey, Cantu won the pot, so, they're even now. That's what people say. That's
It's a
one of
good
those
joke.
poker tropes.
I've made that joke
Yeah,
in my life.
I'm sure it was hilarious.
Well, you are not a fun guy, but for some
Whoa.
people,
Whoa.
some people think
you
it's
can
funny.
call me a lot of things, but I'm a fun guy.
Eh,
People like me.
Do
At-
they?
At parties, I'm fun.
tag your tweets.
Grant at parties. You want me to come to your party? You're going to have to pay. It's going to cost you.
How much does it cost to get Grant Dennis into a party?
Well, of course, there's expenses involved
Of
depending on
course.
where you are
Let's,
geographically.
let's assume expenses are
All
going
right,
to
so
be
just like
covered.
an hourly rate.
Sure.
It's like $375 right now.
That's a steal.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
Wow, I didn't realize you'd be so cheap.
Just
How
put
much do
out
you think it costs to get like Phil Hellmuth?
to a party.
Yeah.
You pay him to not come to your party.
Oh,
Zinger. We're a little punchy. We've been doing a lot of this sit and go commentary.
these guys have been playing for a while. That's
Yeah.
what I'm going to say. Quite a while. There's some days where the things, when you're playing and everything goes so fast, and other days where it just seems like it will never end. And we're in one of those vortexes right now for these players.
The players still are eyeing that 5K first place.
Yeah.
It's an exciting amount of money to win, having to only beat 7 players to do it. And Thorpe moves in with the ace queen. I don't think Cantu can call this.
Moved in for Cantu's 16 blinds effective. Cantu can pretty much never call except with... Cantu can call with a worse hand, but not very many.
Then Thorpe's hand.
Yeah.
He certainly can call with a worse hand. He can't call with the hand he has.
I think Thorpe's supposed to not move him in and just make a normal raise there.
Really? I think I disagree.
Really?
Yeah, there's plenty in the pot already.
I mean, yeah. Looks like the blinds have gone up again.
Yeah, that little dip to black was a break. The players went on break and they're back now. And Cantu's stack is now, he's not even moving in, huh? He's got like 12 blinds.
He's going to min raise it.
He just thinks he can outplay these guys, so he doesn't need to move in, I guess. And Snuggie moves in
Wow,
and
and
Cantu
it
snap calls.
cannot
We
call fast
don't know
enough.
what they have.
I got the worst
Snuggie announces he's got the worst. It looks, is that queens against deuces?
We're gonna see. 8s against deuces.
Cantu a little more willing to gamble. Some of these other guys.
A 4 would be a fun card.
Yeah. Even a 6.
Nope, no fun.
2 outs here, or Cantu is back in business.
And he is.
Just like that.
This might be the biggest stack Cantu's had for the entire sit and go.
Yeah. 32,500. Not too shabby.
Things can happen quickly at this stage of the tournament. If you guys remember the last sit and go, which Joseph ended up winning, he never had a stack until
Yeah.
the very end.
Yep.
He got heads up with a massive underdog stack and then doubled up and then won a couple hands later.
Literally a couple hands later.
Yeah.
He doubled up. They played a hand where nothing happened, and then he won the next hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty.
It can happen so
pretty nice.
fast.
And, you know, that kind of a story is one of the reasons why some people maybe are a little less apt to feel gambly, because it's like, I can just wait and
Yeah.
get it in and win, and bam, it's over.
Right. Joseph lasted about 17 minutes this time, though.
That's true. But Joseph had kings, ace, king in
Yeah.
those 17 minutes. And
And those did not work out well
no.
for him.
Snuggie flopped. If you recall, Snuggie 3-bet with 2 sevens, flop top set about 10 minutes into this sit and go, and Joseph doubled them up.
With kings.
Yep.
Yeah. Joseph just flatted the kings pre-flop.
Yeah, that's right.
Thorpe has really been just staying alive.
Snuggie down. He's been, it was the first time in a while he's been under 40K.
Yeah, it really is. Cantu's stack is close to Snuggie's stack at this point. Snuggie gets to win that one, though. Builds a little bit of a gap.
I mean, the blinds and antes, they're really pretty big.
Yeah, they're very valuable at this point.
I mean, what do we got? We got 1,800
3K.
plus 6 is 2,400.
2,400.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, when you said 3K.
Yeah.
Of course you meant 2,400.
I was thinking about that 600 that sometimes the dealer throws on there for fun.
Right, because
Yeah.
that's Portland rules.
Yeah.
We are, of course, in Portland, Oregon, where the craft beer flows freely.
Yeah. We're trying to get better ratings than Portlandia. I wonder if we're
It's
there.
Gonna happen.
Okay.
Those guys are in trouble.
Well,
Danger of getting
I think they're
canceled.
actually done. They finished.
So I guess we're getting better
Yep,
ratings.
we're doing it.
Of course, we don't get ratings.
Screw you, Armisen.
You beautiful man.
He's wonderful.
He is funny. Very funny. Snuggie just folded a suited king.
Yeah, that was weird.
I don't know why that happened.
Neither do I. That's just random, right? That's just for some reason his brain decided to do that.
I'm confused. Doesn't make sense to me. But I'm just a guy.
You are just a guy. Thorpe is ahead, but Cantu's going to bet, and I think that's going to do it.
Yeah.
What can you do as Thorpe here? I mean, you can be like, Jack high hero all the way.
I mean, you could say, what's Brandon actually betting here? The way Brandon's been playing, he's usually not betting a king on this flop, and he might check a queen sometimes. He doesn't have very many queens, but also you could say I have Jack high and I don't need
Yeah.
to get involved.
But
Which
you're
is more
you're also
reasonable.
forgetting about the legend equity. You take Brandon Cantu, Portland legend. You're on Poker Time, where all the Portland legends watch,
Yeah.
and you can hero 3 streets with Jack high. Thorpe, Portland legend.
That'd
that
be
could be
pretty
your
strong.
name. It could make business cards that say Florp, Portland legend.
Florpland legend. That's good.
Yeah,
That's good. Let's do that.
he should have thought of that before folding. Is what I'm saying.
I think Florp should really make business cards that say Florp.
And that's all it says. It just says in big letters Florp.
maybe a period at the end of that.
We should make those for him. It's worth it.
Florp now with about 18 blinds, going to call in the small blind with 6-5 suited. It's a little optimistic. And Snuggie going to have to call this with 6-4 unless he decides to put in a raise, which is completely reasonable. Look, there's 7K already in there. You could just move in, but it's fine not to.
Calling is totally
Yeah,
fine.
of course it is.
It's
Of
a
course it
playable
is.
hand.
Yep.
Cantu's got a good shot here with these guys sharing cards.
Snuggie did just move in, by the way, recently, and it did not work out super well for him.
Well, Cantu does have a gut shot. Both of his opponents flop a 6. Nobody's super happy with the flop.
Cantu with the queen of spades as well.
Cantu's probably the most happy with the flop out of these players.
He has some equity, just doesn't want to get raised.
I don't think he's going to.
Thorpe is going to call, it looks like.
With Snuggie behind, I don't know about that.
Bottom pair, no kicker. He does call. Snuggie probably can't call now.
That call downgrades the stock of paper I'm going to buy the business cards that say Florp on.
Well, I thought he was going to buy him.
No, you don't have to chip in if you don't want to be a charitable person. but
Great.
I'm buying
I'm not a charitable person.
I'm buying some Florp business cards.
Hey,
And look at this.
2 pair for
Florp's a
Florp.
genius.
Well, he was already ahead, in fairness to him. Cantu thinking, can he bet again or not? He did not pick up equity. He does have reasonable equity, but decides to take the free card. Turns out that was a great idea. And now there's 4 to a straight on the board as well. It's going to go check, check, and Thorpe will take it down.
Yep.
Big pot for him. He's going to zoom past Cantu into second place. That almost doubles his stack that's currently in front of him. Bam.
I'm really enjoying the mental image of Thorpe meeting like his girlfriend's father for the first time and handing him a business card that just says Thorpe.
The dad's like, yeah, give me your card. I want to, maybe I'll, I want to look you up. And he's like, here it is. Although if you get it for him, I think you should demand that he hands them out proudly.
Yeah.
This is my card. And
This is happening.
Yeah, just like act like it's normal.
This is happening.
Good. You can get those pretty cheap.
Oh yeah, Vista
Like $20
Print.
or something.
Not
yeah.
a sponsor, but pretty cheap.
Yeah. We're winding down this episode of Poker Time.
Not gonna play this one, the old Thorpedo.
Snuggie, pretty good hand. Cantu's a little bit shorter now again. Not very short. He's got 20 blinds still.
This is gonna be the last hand. Snuggie decides just to call.
Cantu also decides to check. Both these guys did not have to do that. Cantu outflops him.
It's a very bad flop for ace-6. No real prospects. Just ace high, hoping it's good. Cantu checks back quickly there and makes trips. Now, the trips might make Snuggie feel a little bit more emboldened to call if Cantu decides to bet.
Yep. Cantu, if he bets small enough, he might get a call. Let's see how much he makes it. He bets 2,000. That's pretty small, and indeed he does get the call.
And you see
That's
how
reasonable.
fast Snuggie called when he doesn't really have a hand he likes? He's trying to deter future bets.
Yeah. Oh, that card is not going to help Snuggie from folding.
Yeah, Snuggie is a card that plays. There's a lot of chops out there with the king high board with 2 pair.
Yep. Cantu obviously is going to bet. Let's see how much he goes for here. He might go big, hoping Snuggie has a 4.
Yeah, that
That's
would be
reasonable.
That would be a good idea.
Not a bad time to bet 8,500 or something
He
like
probably
that.
has more 4s than aces because he didn't raise pre-flop, even though there are 2 4s on the board.
Looks like he is going to go much bigger here. Is that 6?
Oh, snap call!
Wow.
Massive value for
How much
Brandon
did
Cantu.
he bet 8. He actually did bet over the pot.
Quite
Huge
boon for Cantu moving into the next episode.
What?
He's going to have all the chips now.
What a way to end this hand in this episode. Wow. Well, people, we're finally in the money. It finally happened. What a crazy, brutal way for Shaggy to ultimately go out.
Yeah.
Sucked out on, although I guess everyone got sucked out, and it felt like throughout this entire bubble period. But we're finally there. Congratulations to our 3 players.
It's like a breath of fresh air for these guys. They finally don't have to worry about making no money on this thing. Now, they've only made their money back, so they have to get second at least to make a profit. So everybody's aiming for that. And now the playing field is a bit more even after a lot of chip movement. We have much more even stacks than we've had for the entire bubble.
It really makes for an interesting end game. We'll see you next week to watch that.